Welcome back, everybody, to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, and it's been a while, but I am back. And, well, we obviously have some exciting news. Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC coming very soon, and it's gonna be critical mode, and it's gonna be great. And I'm excited. So, you know, I think that it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I think that Kingdom Hearts 3 can only get better with the DLC. I already think it's the best game in the series. And depending on what the DLC adds, that's only going to make the game. Critical mode sounds like it's going to be what's seen in 0.2, a fragmentary passage. Because I already forgot the name of the gaming conference that happened last weekend. I'm not that deep into video games. Like I said, Kingdom Hearts is the one thing that got me to play. But basically, the co-director of Kingdom Hearts 3 said that critical mode for Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to fundamentally alter the way players play the game, and that it's going to force you to use different strategies and change your playstyle. He also said that the game is going to go beyond just increasing the amount of damage that is dealt by enemies, which is, again, a very good sign, because it means that they're taking critical mode seriously and to a more advanced technical level, like we saw in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, with, you know, not only damage dealt, but damage taken, revenge value, all of those things. So I think critical mode for Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be very good. I'm excited for it. And they said that it is coming soon. Very soon, it sounds like. So I'm not sure how much of the series I will be able to play through before that DLC comes out, because pretty much after I finished Kingdom Hearts 3, I wanted to play it again, but I didn't want to play it too much, so I decided to play through the entire series again and work my way to Kingdom Hearts 3, but with DLC coming, especially the fact that it's critical mode, depending on when it comes, I'm just going to go back to Kingdom Hearts 3 and play it on critical mode, because that is a very important feature. So, I'm looking forward to that. But, speaking of Kingdom Hearts 3, obviously there is a lot of discussion surrounding the ending, the epilogue, and the secret movie. Of course, we have the infamous ending with Sora looking like he's dead, for lack of a better word, where he just vanishes on Destiny Islands. Of course, in the epilogue, we get to reveal that Zigbar, or Greg, was actually Mushu all along, and that he was never Master Xehanort's pawn. He was actually planning a much bigger scheme. That was, in my opinion, the biggest reveal towards the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, because I always felt like Zigbar knew more or that he was more important than he let on, but I did not expect him to be Luciu. And the fact that he said he had a role to play all this time makes me think that perhaps the whole Dark Seeker saga of Kingdom Hearts was really not even the true conflict, might not even have been the real, antagonist. Xehanort might not have been the real antagonist of the series. And then obviously with the secret ending we have Sora waking up in the world ends with you, Riku in Shibuya, and has the Verum Rex connection, which was obviously the video game that was teased in Toy Box, the Toy Story world in Kingdom Hearts 3. So there's a lot to unpack there. And just going off of what Nomura has said and what the developers have said regarding Kingdom Hearts 3 and the ending and just the way everything unfolded, especially with the secret movie. I think, in my opinion, it's pretty clear how this thing is going to go. And that is that Nomura, firstly, let's start off with the fact that Nomura said himself that he wants to make at least being the operative word, like italicize that because we know how this goes. He wants to make at least. I suspect that the next Kingdom Hearts game, Sora will obviously not be the protagonist because he is trapped in the world ends with you. I also expect that the plot of the next Kingdom Hearts game will revolve around saving Sora, retrieving him from the world ends with you. And I would venture to say it's a good guess that Riku is the protagonist of the next Kingdom Hearts game. That's who we'll be playing as, that's who we'll control, and that's who's gonna go save Sora. I think that's pretty easy to deduce. It doesn't take a whole lot of, analysis or in-depth looks to figure that one out. At least not in my opinion. And then, with the ending to the secret movie, the definitive ending of Ericus and young Xehanort once again playing a different chess match, Xehanort has 7 black pieces. Ericus has 1 white. The white obviously represents Sora due to the crown, and the 7 black pieces are all the symbols of the different foretellers. And I think it's very obvious that Kingdom Hearts 4 is setting up to be a clash between Sora and the foretellers. The foretellers will be the antagonists of Kingdom Hearts 4. In what way? I don't know. Obviously, I can't predict that yet. However, from what I've been able to deduce, it's not necessarily that the foretellers are evil, per se. It's more like they're easily manipulated. So whatever the reason is for the conflict between Sora and the foretellers in Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm sure that there will be an explanation. And I expect that Luciu has a great amount to do with that. So, that brings me to, kind of the elephant in the room. And that is that the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora's Guide to the Heart, is actually taking place after the end of the game. After you've defeated Xehanort and presumably saved Kairi. Now, there are a lot of reasons this is pretty apparent, and one of the reasons is, I can't remember the exact lines of dialogue, but at the beginning of the game, Sora, just like he does for every Kingdom Hearts game, says something before the opening sequence starts with the Utada Hikaru theme song. And in Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora says something along the lines of, they can take your heart, they can take everything from you. And I believe that this is alluding to the fact that if you abuse the power of waking, which Sora presumably did to save Kairi, that you can lose yourself somewhere, or that you can die by abusing that power. And Nikki had also stated at the end of the game that the power of waking is not something that should be toyed with. Several characters said that throughout the game, in fact. So I believe the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3 is actually taking place at the end. And the biggest thing I think that people are overlooking is that it says there are 7 hearts to save. That is the first line of text that appears on screen. There are 7 hearts to save. When I first played the game, I thought, okay, it's the 7 Guardians of Light. This is Kingdom Hearts 3, setting up for an epic clash between light and darkness. 7 lights versus 13 darknesses. The only problem is, sorry, I was going to say was, then realized I needed to say is. Anyways, the only problem is, there was not 7 hearts to save in Kingdom Hearts 3. There was only 2. The only Guardians of Light that we were tasked with saving were Aqua and Ventus. And Terra, if possible. Which, of course, we did save Terra. But if we didn't, we still would have had 7 Guardians of Light. So, 7 hearts to save. First thing that appears in Kingdom Hearts 3. What does that mean? It means the 7 foretellers. There are 7 foretellers, and with what the secret movie is setting up, which is a clash between Sora and the foretellers, for whatever reason, Sora needs to save them by defeating them. They are the 7 hearts. It's pretty easy to figure out when you actually, read between the lines of all this stuff. So, I don't know how they're going to set up that conflict in Kingdom Hearts 4, but it's pretty obvious what it's going to be. And the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3 only gives that, idea that the foretellers will be the antagonists more credibility. Because 7 hearts to save, 7 foretellers. Whereas Kingdom Hearts 3, we only had 2 people to save, technically. Now, I did read the now famous 350-page Sleeping Alone theory on Google Documents, which, props to that man for the amount of time and effort and energy that he put into that, because I could never myself. So, you know, props to him for that. But anyways, I did read the Sleeping Realm theory, and I think there are a lot of interesting aspects to that theory, and a lot of things that could end up being true. But I also do doubt a few things, and I won't get into that because that is just so much to cover, because that was such a long theory. But again, you know, if what he predicted with the Sleeping Realm theory, if even half of that turns out to be true, you know, then I won't talk about Nomura and his storytelling ever again, because I have been very vocal about Nomura when it comes to Kingdom Hearts just sort of pulling stuff
They'll
out
come
of
at
his
you out
butt,
of nowhere.
Who are you?
you know, to
And they'll keep on coming
sort of
at you.
force everything to make
As long as you
sense
continue
and
to wield
just
the Keyblade.
expand upon the mythology.
But why? Why would it choose a kid like you?
But again,
Hey,
if
what's that
any of the
supposed to
Sleeping
mean?
Realm theory is true,
Never mind.
then,
Now, let's see that Keyblade your way.
and I mean incredibly, I will not talk about him or his methods or way of storytelling ever again. It should be pretty interesting to see how it all unfolds. And I'm really messing up this Leon fight. Come on! Ah, you missed. That's messed up, Leon. Is that all you got, Squall? Doesn't even look like he wants to fight. He's just walking around like he doesn't take me seriously. He doesn't respect me. I don't really want to waste a potion, but I will. I have to.
This should help.
No way. I can
Yes. Sorry, Squall.
Now you're gonna... You get...
Oh, you're slipping, Leon.
I went easy on him. Looks like things are worse than we thought. A lot worse.
Gosh, there's nobody here. Sure is spooky.
Actually, I'm not scared.
Excuse me, did the king send you?
Come on, lazy bum. Wake up. You okay?
I guess.
Those creatures that attacked you are after the Keyblade. But it's your heart they really want. Because you wield the Keyblade.
I'm so glad that you're okay, Kairi.
Kairi? Who are you talking about? I'm the great ninja Yuffie. I think you might have overdone it, Squall.
That's Leon.
The Keyblade.
Overdone what?
Yeah. We had to get it away from you to shake off those creatures. It turns out that's how they were tracking you.
It was the only way to conceal your heart from them. But it won't work for long. Still, hard to believe that you, of all people, are the chosen one. Well, I suppose beggars can't be choosers.
Why don't you start making sense? What's going on here?
Okay. You know there are many other worlds out there, besides your castle in this town, right?
Yeah?
But they're supposed to be a secret.
They've been secret, because they've never been connected. Until now. When the Heartless came, everything changed.
The Heartless?
The ones who attacked you, you remember?
Those without hearts.
The darkness in people's hearts. That's what attracts them.
And there is darkness within every heart.
Hey, have you heard of someone named Ansem?
Sora looks like such a little kid in this game.
Sam?
He was studying the Heartless. He recorded all of his findings in a very detailed report.
Gosh, can we see it?
Its pages are scattered everywhere.
Scattered?
Too many worlds.
Oh, then maybe the king went to find them.
Yes, those were my thoughts exactly.
We've got to find him quick.
Right! First we need the key.
That's right. The Keyblade.
So, this is the key.
Exactly.
The Heartless have great fear of the Keyblade. That's why they'll keep coming after you, no matter what.
Well, I didn't ask for this.
The Keyblade chooses its master, and it chose you.
So, tough luck.
How did all this happen? I remember being in my room. Wait a minute! What happened to my home? My island? Riku! Kairi!
You know what? I really don't know.
Doesn't sound like you care, Squall. Doesn't sound like you care. And that upsets me. Oh, I'm ready.
Yuffie, go!
Yuffie!
Sora, let's go!
Oh, now we're buddies, huh? Now we're buddies after you attacked me. No, I think I'm gonna take out the small one because I want this experience.
Come on!
Near the end of March, It was hard to believe. But, you know, we're really getting into that, the movie season now, because, you know, March pretty much kicks off summer blockbuster season now for some reason. It has for a few years. So, yeah, I watched Us Thursday night. That was an interesting movie, I gotta say. I'm a huge fan of Get Out. It's one of the very few horror films that I own. So I had really big expectations for Us. That goes without saying. And, you know, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was really well crafted. It was very interesting, to say the least. You know, it had a lot of interesting concepts, and just like Get Out, had a lot of heavy themes and metaphors for real-world issues. As much as I enjoyed the movie, I gotta say that it's not what I was expecting, in the sense that Us, at least in my opinion, is really not a horror movie. I would say that it's more of a thriller.
Come on!
Not that that's a bad thing,
Come on!
but the marketing really aggressively wanted you to believe that this was a horror movie, and it wasn't that at all. So, that was an interesting choice, and I know that a lot of people, they do not like, you know, to compare things, even when it's from the same filmmaker, because they think that it invites a lot of toxicity to the discourse. And in some cases it definitely does. I'm not denying that. But because Jordan Peele just burst onto the scene with Get Out in 2017, I think it's hard not to compare Us to Get Out. And while I really enjoyed Us and thought it was a good movie, really well made, Jordan Peele is an extremely gifted filmmaker, very technically competent, very creative, but I do not enjoy Us as much as I enjoyed Get Out. Get Out is one of my favorite movies. Get Out was a movie that I saw in February of 2017, and I thought about it pretty much all year because it was that good. Like I said, I don't really like horror, the genre, just because I don't like being scared. But Get Out is one of the very few horror movies that I own because it's that good.
Come on!
And I think that the problem, well, not even the problem, but I've seen a lot of people, when it comes to discussing Us, talk about the sort of message of the movie, how it gets muddled, or how they didn't understand a lot of the movie. And to a certain extent, I understand what they're saying, because while I was watching Us, about maybe a third into the film, I thought, okay, I know exactly what this is about, I know where this is going. And then something would happen, and thought to myself, okay, that's a little unexpected. Maybe I was wrong. And then by the end of the movie, the twist that was coming was so predictable. So predictable. That didn't ruin the movie for me, but it was incredibly predictable. I saw it coming from a mile away. I mean, if you paid even remotely attention throughout the movie, you knew that the twist was gonna happen. So it really wasn't kind of mind-blowing to me, like I've seen a lot of people refer to it as mind-blowing. I didn't think I was. Maybe I just paid better attention. I really don't know. But, you know, so I kind of understand where people are coming from when they say that the message is a little muddled. And even though I really do like the movie, I think that Jordan Peele, he's such a smart guy and such an intelligent filmmaker with the way that he crafts his movies and works his themes, motifs, and message into his movies. But I think, particularly with Us, not with Get Out, he is really distracted by trying to make it a horror movie at the same time. Instead of just focusing on his message and his theme, he was trying simultaneously to make Us this sort of landmark horror film. And I honestly believe that's why the message of the movie gets muddled, because the movie is very preoccupied with branding itself as a horror movie and trying to convince you that it's a horror movie. There weren't a whole lot of moments in Us where I was legitimately terrified or scared, even. I mean, like I said, I personally think it was more of a thriller, and there were actually a lot of moments in Us that I found to be funny, and I believe that was intentional because, you know, some of the dialogue, the writing, it was good. It was just good fun, and it was really bolstered by Winston Duke's performance, who was just such a joy to watch in that movie. He was so charismatic. And I don't think he's getting enough credit for what he did in Us. Which, to be fair, Lupita Nyong'o is the star of Us. I mean, she is absolutely amazing in the movie, and she deserves all the recognition and attention. But Winston Duke is pretty hilarious in Us, and he's kind of the heart of the movie, so I really enjoyed him. But anyways, all that is to say that there were a lot of moments in the movie where I laughed, and very few moments that I just scared. But I think Us has some, you know, it definitely has something to say. It definitely has something to say. I think it's very obviously an allegory for class, especially with the way that Hands Across America is incorporated into the narrative, and just the cinematic shorthand that it uses. Across America, you know what a failure it was, and it was really symbolic of sort of the empty gestures that Americans make when it comes to helping the less fortunate and giving to charity. And I think that, you know, again, apart from the obvious, you know, visual aspects of Hands Across America in Us, I think that the movie is very obviously about class division. The way that we treat others. You know, the movie is tied to us, but really it's about how we as a nation treat others. And I think that is an interesting concept. So, you know, I really do think Us is a good movie. It's really interesting, has a good message. It is, again, a very well-made film. Jordan Peele just continues to impress. I mean, this guy is having a phenomenal start in his career. But I think that he should be a little less focused on trying to make the movie scary. You know, focus on the movie itself, on making it good, coherent, and self-sufficient. And I think that, you know, generally the response has been positive, but I think it could have been a lot more positive, because this movie does deserve it. Hold on. Just give me a minute.